Today I will tell you what the most underrated One Piece crew is that you have never heard about until today. And that is because this crew doesn't exist yet. I found this neat filter on TikTok that I wanted to use to create a new crew that nobody has ever thought about before and think how well they would actually do in the East Blue, New World, Paradise, all these different steps of the journey. And that's why I used that filter to look at it and just make a fun little video out of it. So as you can see, this is the filter here. It's not Brook who's going to be captain. For this, we're going to see different characters who can be members of the crew. It's the captain, the vice captain, the navigator, the helmsman, the shipwright, the musician, the combatant, the doctor, the sniper, and the cook. And it doesn't mean that only characters who belong into these positions can come up on this filter. So there will be some kind of random characters here and there as well. So let's just continue this and take a look at who will be our captain. And oh yes, this picture of Chopper, it's framed. It's actually in my room, so it's not just something I picked out of the internet. I have a framed picture of Chopper in my room because I really like him. Now let's continue. First of all, our captain is going to be Sora. Sora is going to be our captain. Sora is the mother of Sanji, so it's also the mother of all of his siblings, obviously, and also the wife of Judge. She's named after the brave warrior of the sea Sora that the Marines use in propaganda. Maybe we will learn that she actually is that brave warrior, but we don't really know. And now we already know that this crew it has been formed in a parallel universe because obviously Sora is kind of busy being dead in the real universe. So in here she actually, instead of maybe joining up with Judge or getting forced into a relationship with Judge, she became a pirate herself. So let's see who is going to be her vice captain. Her vice captain needs to control her and help her around. Oh, is this actually Sanji's? This is Sanji's dream. He has his lovely mother supporting him and raising him, and his stepfather is the vice captain of the crew of his mother. So, if Sanji, no, not Sanji, if Zeph and Sora had gotten a child together, that child pretty much would have looked like Sanji. The blonde hair, the swirly eyes. Did the swirly eyes come from Sora? I'm not sure. I don't remember right now. We'll need to look that up. But still, having Sora as the captain and Zeph as the vice captain is a neat thing to have. We don't really know if Sora is a combatant, but she for sure was charismatic and she was very caring in taking care of, in this case, her crew or her family in the canon story. Zeph would also make a great cook, but we have another cook in the back here. The last character that we will see is also going to be the cook. So let's see if Zeph needs to take care of the cooking or if they actually have another cook that can help. It would be really fun if actually Sanji is the cook and he can take a journey together with Zeph and Sora. That would be a really cute adventure. Now, first of all, this is the navigator. The navigator is Clover. Clover was the person, basically Chopper's father. As of right now, we only have like parent figures. We have Sora, who was the mother of Sanji and actually wanted to raise him well. We have Zeph as the stepfather of Sanji, basically. And we have Clover as the, let's name it, an adoptive father of Chopper. Because Chopper obviously is a reindeer. And then there's Clover here who took care of it. Now, Clover technically should be, I think he only would fit into Doctor here. Even though he was called a quack, I think he would be make a good doctor for the crew. But here he is our navigator. So does Clover have navigation skills? Well, we do believe that he made it to some sort of island that cured incurable diseases or something. So he was traveling around the world, and unless he was part of some sort of crew in the past, no, wait, his name is not Clover. Clover's the guy from Robin's backstory. He was somebody else. What's his name again? His name is actually Hiruluk? I think something like that. I forgot that. I thought it was Clover. Clover is the guy with the clover head from Robin's backstory, not him. Unless I mistake this small image here. But he has navigational skills, so he can work that job. And they are, I mean, he's not a combatant, but he can he can do his things, and if it's just navigation, he can work around that. I mean, Zeph is already a combatant, and he was powerful enough to make his way around Paradise, maybe even the New World, so they are not weak in this moment. Now, next up is the helmsman. The helmsman is the person who needs to steer the ship and make sure it goes in the right direction. So personally, the helmsman and the navigator are working hand in hand together. So it would be pretty cute if Chopper is the helmsman. I mean, Chopper was the person who took care of the steering of the ship a long time in the Straw Hat Pirates crew until they got Jinbei. So let's see who is going to be our helmsman. Our helmsman is Beppo. Well, Beppo, I think he's just a combatant of the Heart Pirates. I mean, not obviously, I think everybody in the Heart Pirates also has some sort of medical knowledge. So right now we have 2 doctors, I assume, because obviously Hiruluk and Beppo have some sort of medical knowledge, but Beppo's main job here is steering the ship, and with his Ming strength, he should be able to get through even the hard times where the waves maybe are knocking the ship around. That's what his job will be. Maybe he can go Sulong. He's not weak as well, so we have another combatant as well. I think he can work well with these characters. He's a bit of a lovable idiot, if you want to call him that, so Sora will probably take care of him, and Zeph will have to deal with the mess that Beppo comes up with. But he's not weak. He's probably the second strongest fighter on Lost Crew if he goes Sulong form. But now let's take a look at who is actually going to be our ship's mechanic, our shipwright. So it's not Beppo, but first let's look at the musician because I obviously made the mistake here. Our musician is actually Tom. So we want to look at our shipwright. It was Beppo again. We're not going to take any doubles, so I re-rolled that. But our musician is going to be Tom. Tom has been singing, so he knows how to sing. Maybe he's not the best singer, but he sure will sing with a ton. So he will put all his charisma and enthusiasm into singing to entertain his crew and help them around. And maybe he doesn't want to be the shipwright on this crew because he wants to teach the actual person who is the shipwright how to take care of a ship when he's gone. Because all these characters are already a bit older. Well, Hiruluk, Sora, Zeph, and Tom are a bit older. Beppo is from the younger generation, and other characters, well, we will see. But it's funny because Tom also was a member of the adoptive father gang, so he's in the same position as Zeph. He was the adopted father of Frankie. So this crew right now consists of the emotional supports or the adoptive parents of the Straw Hat characters and their alliances. Beppo was basically the emotional support for Law all the time. So now let's see who's going to be our shipwright. Our shipwright will be Ace. Ace has no idea how to be a shipwright. For sure did not build his own ship, his own first ship, and he also didn't use the person who built the ship that he can use with his fire powers was for sure somebody of the Whitebeard Pirates and not himself. So I don't think that Ace has any abilities as a shipwright, but Tom can teach him. Ace can learn. Ace is a hardworking person, and he doesn't want to follow into the footsteps of his father, Gold Roger, and Tom also has a connection to Gold Roger as well, so he maybe recognizes Ace, and when Ace tells him, I don't want to be like my father, I want to do something else, something that he could never do. That is why Tom decided, I will just be here for entertainment. You will be the shipwright, I will teach you how to do it, and then you can do something that your father could never do. Until the emotional release and just reveal that Ace is actually a child of Gold Roger. And just think, Ace is a part of this crew, he gets to the execution and these people pull up to save them. This would be really interesting to see. Now, our combatant. Who is our main fighter for this crew? It is not Beppo. Beppo wants to do everything. Our main fighter is Yasop. Yasop is not weak, and is this luck of rolling this around? Yasop is another father of the Straw Hats. He's Usopp's father, but he ran away from Usopp. Well, he didn't technically run away, he just wanted to go on an adventure together with Shanks. Yasop as a combatant, well, he would fit better into the sniper category, but he is a strong combatant, you can't deny that. So, the strong person in the crew, well, I think Yasop is the strongest here. We don't really know how strong Zeph was in his prime, but if he lost his leg, that still means that Sanji is alive. Wait, just thinking, if Zeph lost his leg, that means Sora was together with Judge and got all of his children. Zeph then rescued Sanji and lost his leg in the process because he ate it on that island when they were stranded. Then sometime after, Sora came around and actually told Sanji she could not do anything with his father anymore, and sees how Sanji is being raised by Zeph. She falls in love with Zeph and they make up a crew together. So even if Sanji is not on this thing here, even if he's not the sniper or the cook, he is in this crew in my heart. And all these other characters, they just evaded death in some way. Maybe a fake out death occurred from Oda, and now they are sailing around with Sora. All these characters that we thought that are dead are now in the part of this crew. The thought to be dead crew. Everybody here is these are the fake out pirates. Now, who's going to be our doctor? Our doctor is an essential character. We need to have them with high knowledge of medicine. Well, maybe Hiruluk can teach Perona. Hawkback is the doctor of the Flabak pirates. We assume Perona has some sort of medical knowledge because she took care of Zoro's wounds while he was training with Mihawk. Didn't post-time skip Perona, so I could maybe think that this crew, because they had Hiruluk, even though he's basically the navigator, he maybe filled up the role of doctor as well for the most time. And until Perona joined, later down the time skip, 2 years later, they didn't really have a doctor. So Perona is now learning how to be a doctor from Hiruluk. Maybe after Moria was vanished, maybe got killed by Blackbeard, Perona decided to do something to help Moria to get revenge on Blackbeard. And that is the best case scenario to join this crew, because Ace also wants to get revenge on Blackbeard and all these other things. So Perona is not weak as well. Her Devil Fruit can one-shot a lot of people. I feel like Haki would counter that, but it works out. She can work into the doctor. Maybe she can use these hollows as antidepressants or just some other things, because we know that they make you depressive, but maybe they can be used as other things as well, if they can just simulate emotions in your body. But now, who's going to be our sniper? Who is Yasop going to teach how to be a sniper? Yasop and his sniper companion, not Perona, we don't have doubles in here. Our sniper is not Tom as well. So many doubles. Who's our sniper? Show me. Rayleigh. Well, Rayleigh is not really a sniper, but Rayleigh is technically... Okay, I thought Yasop would be the strongest person in this group, but Rayleigh is for sure the strongest person right now. So this crew is not weak. They can make that. East Blue and every other blue, they would easily get through. Even Paradise wouldn't make any problems for its people. So they would get to the New World and go into the New World. Could they make it through the Wano arc? So thinking about the Wano arc, fighting against, not Katakuri, that was Whole Cake Island. Fighting against Kaido and all of the Toby Droppo and all these other people, can they win? Well, they can. Ace, Zeph, and also Yasop can for sure take care of some of the Toby Droppo. Maybe Perona if she practiced. So the person who we would need to rely on to take down Kaido would be Zeph, and not Zeph, it would be Rayleigh in this scenario. But would Rayleigh be able to take down Kaido? Maybe not in his old age, but when he was in his prime, I think he would be able to take down Kaido. So there is a possibility that it works out. The Wano arc is going to be a problem. I don't think they actually make it, but they can really deal a lot of damage to Kaido's crew. Now, last but not least, our cook. Our cook is going to be Enel. Well, let him cook. Let him cook. I have no idea how Enel cooks. Maybe we'll have a vegetarian diet because we just see Enel eat apples. He's just going to be everybody like, I am the god of the kitchen. He can't be the god of Skypiea anymore because maybe that got destroyed in this timeline and he didn't make it. Let's think it about like this. Enel destroyed Skypiea because the Straw-Hats maybe didn't come there, or the Straw-Hats are not there. So Enel destroyed Skypiea. He wanted to fly to the moon, but somehow his Arc Maxim didn't work, and the Arc Maxim collapsed in the Blue Sea. And he was stranded. He didn't have anywhere to go. He was about to starve, and then this crew saved him. He was saved by Seth's cooking and thus became Seth's apprentice in cooking. Obviously already making the promise that he will become the god of cooking now and show everybody that he is the best cook in the Blue Sea, in the White Sea, and even in the fairy Verth, which is the moon basically. So this is the crew. Now let's think about it. I don't see, I mean, most of them have a synergy. If you take away Ace, Perona, and Enel, I feel like they have the most synergy. If you have Ace and Perona there, it still works because those characters are nice enough to work with other people, but Enel is a bit of a lone wolf, or just an asshole if you want to call him that, so he wouldn't really work with these people. But if he's in the crew, maybe Sora has learned how to control him. Sora is, let's just say, Sora is the weakest member of this crew, I'm sure of it. Unless she really is this propaganda warrior, Sora brave warrior of the sea that the Marines are talking about, she's probably the weakest. Even Hiruno could defeat her, because I don't know if she's still sick. Maybe the goal, she left the island, she left Germa 66 because she wanted to cure her disease. So she seeked up Hiruk, who was a very known doctor, and he's now together with her on the journey of trying to see and find how they could cure this disease. And then they find all these other people who can join them and just make sure that the main goal is to cure the disease that our girl Sora has, so that Sora, Seth, and Sanji can live a happy life together. Now, that's the crew. This is just a fun little gimmick that I wanted to do one video about, at least for once. So that's it for me for today. If you enjoyed this video and maybe want to see another sort of random crew video, leave a comment, tell me. I'm really having fun with these, and I just want to do something fun from time to time instead of just focusing on the hardcore facts in these videos. But that's all from me for today. All that to be said is stay happy, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay cultured. We'll see each other again in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye.